And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and we out here in Osgiliath. Not the one that exists on Earth, but the one that exists in Middle Earth. We're in Osgiliath.
I have fought in this city before, but it has faded in my mind.
And but yes.
Wraith-like.
God, that helmet is so weird.
Osgiliath often as an outrider, and was caught up in the battle that Boromir led here.
I was ordered to marry a warrior who deserted when fighting on that island. For that, my family was banished from Gondor, as was he.
You know, my friend, you could perhaps be his brother. But I'm mistaken. I hardly kept my own head in that fight.
Stay alert. They're almost across.
Here they come.
They shall find us of superior quality.
I know those words. You were here before. You fled in dishonor.
Not this time.
So we're getting to some of Barethor's backstory and what led to all of this. Saruman, of course, led him to his perpetual doom. Isn't near these orcs look a lot different? And then it gets even weirder from there on. So, anywho, Saruman trying to get Barethor to get the One Ring. He failed when Isengard was destroyed by the Ents, and he lost his power. And then we find out now he was at Osgiliath, and he had fled in dishonor. So interesting, I guess. But interesting. We'll see where this leads, if it leads anywhere of any relevance. Anyway, orcs are back in, so Uruks are out for pretty much the majority or even near rest of the adventure. So characters who had the Uruk benefit now are kind of further down the pecking order of relevance. Now you might notice that the enemies seem a little weaker. Don't let that fool you. Don't sit and think for a minute that that's a thing, because it's not. But it is a good chance for Morwen and any other characters we need to learn skills with to kind of play a little bit of catch up here. Pierce Might, just because it doesn't require a lot of AP, and let's turn it back relatively soon. I think their dodge is pretty high too. Still doing good damage, though. To the point where that didn't even matter. Though, to be fair, Morwen will learn Orc. I do believe she can learn Orc's Bane, or Orc Bane. So you just gotta get to that point, but, eh. 6 of one, half dozen the other, right? Not quite. A lot of that's in the extended editions, which I recommend over the originals. There's actually a Blu-ray or a UHD 4K box set that actually comes with the extended editions and with the theatrical cuts. I highly recommend them because it's a lot easier to manage. Let's do stand fast. Back going, dual axe cleft. Sneak attack prevents counterattacks, but I don't think the counterattacking ones are here now. So let's just go for raw sheer damage at this point. Take out the weakest ones. That's the one thing, is that these guys hit hard, but they don't resist damage very well. So you gotta play that trade-off there with these particular enemies. And they lack the armor, I think, as well. I don't know, it's hard to tell with the armor element, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. We're doing good enough damage, it's not something we need to waste our time worrying about. You can see Morrowind can just instantly take one out with just regular attacks. And some of you might say, well, it's the calm before the storm. We are slowly moving into the third movie of the game, pretty much at this point. Level for Morrowind. We should also look at skills, because we've been doing a lot of fighting. It might be worth checking it out. Morrowind gets greaves. Nice. Do we get to equip them? Do we get to move? Again, can't show this. If I ever am to play this again, and there's a service or the rules change where you can show that, because if it's included in a game, then you're allowed to show it, kind of a thing, then I would eventually go back to that. But until then, I'm just not willing to risk the flagging and all the BS that goes with it. Well, I don't like the veterans. I wonder if she can actually take them out. Not quite. But they can stun, so we definitely want to prevent that. He just tried to do. Osgiliath try to heal himself here. On his turn. Just because I want him at higher health than that. Where's their action? Action's still pretty good. Steal some XP, shall we? Ah, and then he countered too, that's kind of lame. And there's no point in using Hadhod. Theoretically, if he hits as hard as he should, there's just no reason. You know, this is a good chance for us to work on our other characters. It's really what it comes down to. And as you can see, they didn't have a lot of gameplay for us, so they just decided to riddle us with fights. I'm being hyperbolic and a little cynical, but still. And we need to check out skills in general, which I have not been able to do, where everybody is with their skills. Because I would say Barithor should be roughly halfway on his current sword skill. So, getting the rest of the way is another story, but he should be halfway. Part of me still thinks the armor is there. Showing some cleavage there, lady. AP recovery for Elaghost.
Stand fast.
Oh look, it's Eomir. Evil Yoda.
I shall face him for the sake of Gondor.
Now we probably want to switch in at least one heavy hitter or a healer in. I would say in place of Elagos, to be fair. Let's see what we got. Captain's Folly, Aquilian Fury, Steward's Armor, Faramir's Quality. Start with that. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Let's do some leadership, specifically stand fast, because we don't know what Gothmog can do. I think his name's Gothmog. And now we are cursed, but we can recover from that, so that's not a problem in my opinion. Let's get that Orc Veteran. And you might be saying, how do you think you can recover from that? Cleanse Shadow. Not Cleanse Shadow, Barathor has an AoE recovery. That's clearly what I would use. Really quick, let's go with King's Foil Grace, or Grace of Athamas. Because we don't have a lot of we don't have the means to heal ourselves at the moment, so having some of that will help. I'm not so worried. I'm not so worried about the archers as I'm worried about that front row of bad guys. Let's do Shield of Courage. It's multiple enemies, but do I want it to do that? Do I want? I don't really care. I mean, if we really wanted this battle to end quickly, bring in Hadhod and let him use Flaming Fury or whatever that is. Not the single target fire spell, but the AoE one. But because we want to learn some skills and we want to take this battle to a seriously beneficial endeavor, it's one of those things where you have to make that judgment call of, do you want to power through the fight and miss out on AP, or SP in this case, and or do you want to try something else? And really, that's what it comes down to. Someone like me, it's like, I want all that delicious AoE or AP, SP, and we can still fight through the battle with a seriousness to it without wasting too much, time or effort or anything. And as I'm been showing, I hope I've been at least demonstrating to you guys that works. That mentality is really useful for a lot of the fights here. I actually want to try something. 7K. Take one of these dudes out. Grace, and then we'll follow it up with the other skill that does healing HP as well. And see if it stacks. Yeah, I still want that delicious XP for her. At least until the other archer is dead. It's one of the things you can do with her if you really want to. Royal Grace. Take that AP recovery. Or HP recovery. Keep raising that armor level. And you don't have to worry about taking damage. Ever. I'm not sure if it's actually helping or not, but whatever. Probably wouldn't hurt to have her do Raid to the Battle Maiden as well. Probably bring Eligostat as far as I'm concerned. Bring either Aedan or Eomir, rather. I don't know. One more stealing of XP. Yoink! I can't help it, it's so much fun. In the weirdest way. Actually, we probably could just leave Eligos in. I don't know, part of me kind of wants to. I think you can't. Technically, you should count as an orc. Give her a statistical edge. Actually, that's not entirely true. What can help with that is that she gets access to those passive skills if she's levels above everyone else. So you have to take that keep that in mind. I'm not going to stretch this out much longer, guys, so Morwind's almost out of AP, so we're going to steal AP from Gothmog here. Gothmog, and then, yeah, we'll start whipping his butt after Barathor throws up another, AP recovery set of skills here. I don't have to worry about AP while I'm whipping his ass. You know what Barathor is doing on his next turn? I'm trying not to use Faramir at all that much. So just as a heads up. Move that. Stacking on all these status effects on him. He's immune to the wounds. We'll try poison next. Double crit, so just a lot of damage. This looks like Faramir is stretching the whole battle. Like, oh man. It's a better do. So we can do any with these. Okay, that kicked in. Okay, that kicked in. So just the other one wound didn't kick in. His health is still really good. We're gonna have Faramir help out, I think. With all those status effects, it should be put some kind of dent on the guy. Yeah, he's okay. It's working. We don't need to do that. We don't need to stoop that low. This could be bad in the long run, though. Okay, he's immune. Now, what we could do is start bringing in other characters, so that way everybody gets credit for this fight, is what I'm thinking. Bring in Hadhod. Shouldn't kill it. We'll bring in Idril for a heal. So she got a turn, and I think she's going to get another one, so we can bring her right back out and bring in Eowyn. And I want to bring Morwen back in if possible. Bring in our original team. Bring Berethor back in. We're probably not going to get Morwen a chance to come back in. Well, we might. Again, I know I'm stretching these fights out, but it's all for the greater good. Because learning skills sometimes carries more weight than getting levels. It's kind of a mix of both in this game. I'm not even sure where characters' levels are. Berethor gets a whole bunch of gear. And now we're finally back in control. No. Okay, and you can see there's fighting all around us, all that good stuff, but we've got some things to take care of. First of all, new gear. That's definitely better. Ring, Silver Load Ring of Haven. Water protection, 9 speed, 11 spirit. I don't know. 11 spirit and 9 speed. The speed is important. It gives him resistance to slash and pierce, though. I'm reluctant to think this is better, so we'll leave it alone. Second Age Steel Longsword of Minas Tirith. Let's check that out. So that's a 94 plus 11. Ho, 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 ho. Oh yeah, he's getting that. And the chest plate should be better at 90 with resistance to pierce. Yeah, same deal there. A lot better piece of armor. So they're slowly catching up to Idriel, which is good for everyone else, but bad for her, in a way. Really quick, we'll also use this as a moment. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do stats for everybody, just because we're now going to be more in control of the game, of letting us do things. This little level up, and just wherever anybody seems to need it. And let's see. He really doesn't need it in spirit. He needs it in speed. Okay. Skills. I'm kind of curious. So he's far away from Northern Storm, and that's fine. He's halfway to Pinning Shot, and then he learns True Shot, a deadly range attack that causes tremendous damage to an enemy. Probably one of the strongest attacks in the game. Pinning Shot, which prevents enemies from counterattacking. This is going to be a very good skill. Hence why I've been wanting to use Elaghost for a while. Straight up for learning Pinning Shot, because you can open a fight with that, and then pull him out, and then you're good to go for the rest of the fight. Stunning Strikes delays an enemy's next attack, and then there's Counterattack, which we should learn. We're getting to a point in the game where we're going to clearly learn Gondor Rampage. The enemies are going to get harder too, so the more counterattacks we do, the faster we start killing off some of these enemies. I don't really care about these two, this skill and this skill. So I'm not too worried about his leadership, other than we need to use it to use it. The other thing too is we might want to start looking here. Roots of Wrath. Earth Spirits Unleash. Wait a minute, that's perfect mode. Passive skill, that's what I want. Makes arrows of sleep attack affect all enemies. Okay, so that's interesting. Allows Elaghost to take actions more often during combat. You learned Frenzy, increase action pool, AP action pool. Makes attack arrows of sleep last for the duration of the fight. So he's literally been given pretty cool skill. It increases effectiveness of crippling shot. So we need to start using his sleep arrows, which I believe are here in this skill tree, which is where he's learning his hardest stuff. So yeah, between Pinning Shot, arrows of sleep, and pretty much anything else we want to do, he's pretty set here. So we looked at but where is he at here? Increase armor, that's fine. Immune to fear, citadel evasion, chance of dodging. Allows Berethor to take 2 extra actions in his turn if we use it. It costs under 50 AP though. Ecthelian Might. It's good to use it in the beginning of a fight when you want the buffs up right away. Increases Berethor's HP, so I don't really care about that. And that's I think the end of the tree, it looks like. Well, actually it doesn't. No, it's the end of the tree. Okay. She's now, what has she got? Overwhelming Blows. Well in perfect mode. Yeah, that's great. Potion Hastening. Reduce the amount of time Morrowind requires to craft potions. Double attack. Allows Morrowind to immediately take 2 additional actions in her turn. So, anything else is kind of trivial. Increase the value of Morrowind's armor, but she's barely got any. Wrath of the Penmark is halfway there. Roughly halfway there. From there, I don't know if we'll get access to Orcbane, but we'll want to pick it up. Stunning Cleave is nice as well, but Orcbane's a big one. Because pretty much all the enemies going forward are going to be orcs. So why would you not want her ability to hit them harder? Wrath of Idris allows him to strike 3 times. That also hastens the enemy greatly damage, but he gives the enemy haste. I don't think I would ever use that. So we might actually skip that one and go right to Rampage of Helm. Silence Evil is 3 away before we pick up the next option here. Let's take a look here. That's perfect mode. Focus Health reduces the amount of HP and loses when channeling health. That's good. Reduces the number of AP. Frenzy, and then Absorb Malice converts all damage done by spirit attacks into action points. So he will get AP, pretty much recovers AP anytime all damage done by spirit attacks. Either, I don't know if that means what hits him or what he uses, but if it's what he uses, that means he'll never really run out of AP. Not sure if that's an accurate evaluation. He's halfway to Rampage of Durin, which is great. And then Mountain Hewer, but I might have him work on counterattack after that. And yeah, that hits all enemies, but Rampage of Durin is really his penultimate attack for dishing out damage. From there, I mean, these two are trivial, but yeah, so he's getting there. He's picking up double attacks that take 2 additional actions in his turn, using AP to do that. He's already got Dwarven Haste, so that's good. Elven Rage is 6 away. Finally, she's going to get a decent 2-hitter attack. Then Destined Strike that always hits, but does less damage. Melee attack that allows Idril to strike 3 times. So Gil-galad Rampage will be great. She's almost got Gift of the Greyhaven, and thus after that we'll pick up Water Stallion probably. Valorious Haste has its uses, but they're so few and far between I'm not worried about it. Frenzy, Endure Shadow, increase the effectiveness of Idril's body to haste ability. Increase the effectiveness of Idril's ability to haste members of the party. Okay. And Grace of the Eldar gives Idril the ability to automatically regenerate action points. Not going to complain about that. So, we're getting there with skills and everything else. Our AP, I think the max AP is 999, so we could even start slowly getting to a point where we max that out on a couple of characters. I doubt we will, but we're still we're probably, I would argue we're at the full literal halfway point of the game. If not a little further than that. It depends. I forget how long it takes to get through this section and then follow with the conclusioning section. But if you want to just break it down into easy terms, then we're in this. You could argue we're in the final third of the game. So, but it's a much bigger section in my opinion than Rohan, as far as I'm concerned. So we have saved. Pretty sure we have saved. Let's quit. You know what? I'm just going to do it out of habit. Let's just save one more time. We've got an evil mode to do. And we're not going to not do that. And before we start exploring all of Osgiliath, it makes sense to do the evil stuff because it could give us something of great use. And once in a while it does. Not all the time. Usually we get one useful thing out of it, maybe. And when I say useful, I mean it's pretty substantial. So there's no reason not to do them. I mean, they are going to start getting harder, though. Very clearly, this is going to be probably the hardest one yet. One of these, I've thought, if my memory had served me right, which it's not, there's one that's really hard. And I want to say it's coming up. So here we go to Helm's Deep. It's got to be this one. Or maybe it was the one in that when we first left Moria. It could have been that one. I just don't remember. So, we have technically one healer, which is gonna be, Numbnuts on the right there. Eowyn. And then we're gonna run into that problem, too. And they're gonna try to knock down our things here. Let's just see where this goes, because it's just, look at that. Okay, maybe it is this one. What do we get here, though? Okay, we get casters. This is some potential here. Not a lot, but it's some. Uruk Poison, Filth of Saruman. We can only do it to other characters. Uruk Poison. This is not an endurance fight where we could just easily survive it by just holding the enemy out. Let's go for characters who are easiest probably to take out. Which would be her. Stunning an enemy is a good idea too. So he's going to be able to kill pretty much anybody as well. Ugh. What is it? Okay. Any chance we get to stun a character, though, we're gonna do it. With any creature. Does not matter. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your turn's coming up anyway. Try to just go for the kill. And I just don't want her to get a turn. Still in it. Can't use it myself. That did nothing. Okay, that was a complete waste. That was a waste. Okay, it heals for shit, that's why. And these two don't hit as hard as Barithor does, so let's take Barithor out next. Jesus, bro. I might just lose this first one just in general. Oh, leave my ladders alone. Oh, get another berserker. Not if that's good. Not that that could help. Not that that may help us or not. That's hard to say. Yeah, we can stagger a foe though. Yeah, let's just take him out. He's the bigger threat. I don't want to throw poison out on some of these dudes too. They do it on Legolas here. Because to me, it's like they're getting more turns than we are. No, too late now. Okay. They're both pretty deadly. Legolas is the faster of the two. Stagger Legolas. And more importantly, maybe even just go for him. Killing Legolas would mean that only Eowyn, this would mean only this dude's left. And if he's the is it Eowyn or Eowyn? I think it's Eowyn. And we can stagger him too. Yeah, Eowyn. I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait till our third member hopefully comes back in. Right now, though, this Berserker's carrying his weight here. Constantly staggering these enemies. Doesn't seem to be kicking in. There we go. One left. Just keep staggering. Why do anything else? Okay. Alright, now who's the problem here? I still say go for the weaker characters, because at this point it's just a gauntlet of damage. The only one we could we have a ranged one. We might want to cancel out this caster's ability to do this shit. Well, that's a thing. If we get a chance with one of our bowmen, we're going to do that. This one's probably going to go down. No, they're still both there. Alright, let's get to it then. Uruk slash. We're going to slash Morwen, because she's probably the bigger threat between the regular heroes. Doesn't help either. Alright, silencing arrow Hadhod. Really no reason to have them do anything else until the whole party is silenced. In theory, that would silence her thief abilities, maybe? But I'd rather just take Morwen out going forward once these two are silenced. So we can't silence Gimli, so there's no point in worrying about that either. He's probably going to hit so hard he'll one-shot everybody. Okay, maybe not. No, he'll one-shot people. I think Gimli's actually, again, the weakest link. Another archer type. Again, we're going to just now go for killing Morwen here. They don't do a lot of damage, though. That's the problem. Now they've served their purpose pretty much as far as this fight's concerned. Okay, he's dead. I would like to keep one just in case, but... And we gotta keep alive. Again, let's get her. She's the fastest. Ugh. There she goes. Fastest character down. Light bomb. Just hope they're dumb. But they don't blow up the Uruk sapper. Go after the bowman at this point. No, not the swordsman. I need him. You idiot. Jeez. Another sapper. That's gonna get frickin' passed off, but the one that we lit, I think, is still going, so that's good. Now we have the ability, I think, to stun, which is also equally useful. The berserkers have lots of health, so there's that element too. Okay, we want to stagger. Don't care about Gimli as much. He doesn't seem to do as much damage. Hadhod, on the other hand, does. And he probably is slower. Oh, god damn it. I won't even get to use my sapper. Lame. No, that's the swordsman. The sapper's still in. Come on, sapper. Ooh, they're in trouble now. We can stun two. Detonate on... might as well do it on Hadhod. Ooh, that's pretty good damage. It's not great. Nah, we got 3 stunners. They're in trouble now. So yeah, it couldn't have been this one that was hard, because you could just stagger everybody, so why worry? Stagger lock the enemies, pretty much. Stagger, huh? Take that, Gimli, son of Gloin. You're being a dick. I kind of would like to lose that bowman over there, though. He's got the mountain thing on him. Stagger, and eventually, when one of these guys goes down, we can focus on a different, slightly different strategy. Just in case there's an accident or something. Did he just go down? Oh yeah, he did. Stagger forward. And really just release the rage on Gimli here. It does the same amount of damage as the leeching blow. It's good to know. Dagger blow just seems to do. Man, all the attacks do the same amount of damage. And Gimli's look at that. Gimli's a frickin' just wall of tanking. I mean, dude has literally been taking hit after hit, and he's still relatively healthy. Hence why we left him for last, because clearly he's going to be the hardest one to take down. And really, he's doing less damage than the other guys were, so kind of makes sense to focus more on him at the end than in the beginning. Even though, I guess if you are a lore person, you would think Gimli is the bigger threat. Other than his ability to stagger an enemy, he really wasn't that deadly. Stagger foe. I guess there is a chance they could miss. I shouldn't really wait till the last Uruk to do it. Oh well. Knock him way down the list. He's dead anyway. There we go. Take that, you little dwarven tank. And that's it? Really? Second Age Longsword of the Accursed, Polished Elfstone of Armor Enhancement, Numenorian Dark Battle Plate Van Braces. I want to check Evil Mode again and see if there's another Helm's Deep thing. That was kind of uneventful. Sometimes there's two halves, but I doubt it. That could have just been it. Because there's definitely a lot less fights as it's gone on, right? It was just the two. And to be fair, maybe you could argue they would be hard ones, but still. Just didn't feel like there was much to it. Well, that was it. Okay, so let's back out here. Let's check up on what we got. Again, we got a piece of armor, so that looks like it's new, so might be better than what we already have. Looting, looting, looting. Osgiliath is looting. Looting, looting, looting. Rawhide. Okay, really quick. Polished Elfstone of Armor Enhancement. We have somebody with really shitty armor. Could definitely use that. Oh, I forgot she can heal. We need the health if you have the armor, more so. There we go. Yeah, he's fine. Right, what else did we grab? Second Age Longsword of the Accursed at 137 damage! Holy mother of pearl, what's the catch? 1 strength, 1 dex, 1 spirit. Strength, 1 dex, minus 1 spirit, so you lose 2 spirit total, plus 4 constitution, minus 1 speed, or no, it's actually minus 3 spirit, minus 1. So that's fine. We'll gladly take this Second Age Longsword of the Accursed, unless there's something about it we don't know. Darkened Numenorian steel plate provides the best defense, and it looks like it too, at a whopping 22 versus the 14, and it comes with some bonuses, so you won't have to sell me that. Alright. Nobody else got anything? I don't think so. I think that was it. Okay. So we have done quite a bit here with skills and a boss fight and evil mode and all that, and we're geared up pretty good going forward. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTarSeries for more live gaming action. And when we come back, we will be trying our best to liberate the city of Osgiliath, or at least try to, not watch all these dudes get murdered. Because clearly I think we can run up and fight them and we get stuff for doing it. And all that. So yeah. We're on track to some awesome stuff. Not gonna lie. And we've got some nasty stuff coming later that you guys don't even know about. That I know is coming. But yeah, with that said, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.